Hey, what's up you guys? It's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go into chapter 26 of Marked by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. So let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, I suggest you click off the video now. You have been warned. If Skylar's hissing and growling hadn't caught my attention, I would have never seen Aphrodite slumped in the little alcove down the hall from Nefret's room. "What is it, Skylar?" I held my hand out gingerly, remembering what Nefret had said about her cat being a known biter. I was also sincerely glad that Nala wasn't tagging along after me. As usual, Skylar would probably eat my poor little cat for lunch. Kitty Kitty, the big orange Tom, gave me a considering look, probably considering whether or not to bite the crap out of my hand. Then he made his decision, unpuffed himself, and trotted over to me. He rubbed around my legs, then gave the alcove one more good hiss before he took off, disappearing down the hall in the direction of Nefret's room. What the hell was his problem? I looked hesitantly into the alcove, wondering what would make a mean cat like Skylar puff up and hiss. I felt a jolt of shock. She was sitting right on the floor, hard to see in the shadow under the ledge that had a pretty statue of Nyx. Her head was a little tilted back and her eyes were rolled so that only their whites were showing. She scared the total crap out of me. I felt frozen, expecting any second to see blood pouring down her face. Then she moaned and muttered something I couldn't understand, while her eyeballs shifted around her closed lids as though she was watching a scene. I realized what must be happening. Aphrodite was having a vision. She'd probably felt it coming on and hidden in the alcove so no one would find her, and she could keep her info about the death and the destruction she could prevent to her hateful self, Hag. While I was done letting her get away with that crap, I bent down and grabbed her under the arms, pulling her to her feet. "Let me tell you, she's a lot heavier than she looks. Come on," I groaned, half carrying her while she lurched blindly forward with me. "Let's take a little trip down the hall and see what kind of tragedy you want to keep quiet about." Thankfully, Nefret's room wasn't too far away. We staggered in and Nefret jumped up from behind her desk and rushed to us. "Zoe, Aphrodite, what?" But as soon as she got a good look at Aphrodite, her alarm changed to calm understanding. "Help me bring her over here to my chair. She'll be more comfortable there." We led Aphrodite to Nefret's big leather chair and let her sink into it. Then Nefret crouched beside her and took her hand. "Cooper." "Aphrodite, with the goddess's voice, I beseech you to tell her priestess what it is you see." Nefret's voice was soft but compelling, and I could feel the power in her command. Aphrodite's eyelids instantly began to flicker, and she drew a deep, gasping breath. Then they opened suddenly. Her eyes looked huge and glassy. "So much blood. There's so much blood coming out of his body." "Who, Aphrodite? Center yourself, focus clear in the vision," Nefret commanded. Aphrodite drew another gasping breath. "They're dead. No, that can't be. Not right. No, not natural. I don't understand. I don't." She blinked her eyes again. Her gaze seemed to clear. She looked around the room like she didn't recognize anything. Her eyes touched me. "You," she said faintly. "You know?" "Yeah," I said, thinking that I sure did know that she was trying to hide her vision, but all I said was, "I found you in the hall," and Nefret raised a hand to stop me. "No, she's not finished. She shouldn't be coming to so soon. The vision is still too abstract," Nefret told me quickly, and then she lowered her voice again and assumed the compelling, commanding tone. "Aphrodite, go back, see what it is you were meant to witness, and wait what you were meant to change." "Ha, got you now." I couldn't help being a little smug. After all, she tried to scratch my eyes out yesterday. The dead. Getting more and more difficult to understand, Aphrodite murmured something that sounded like tunnels. "They kill someone there. I can't." She was frantic, and I almost felt sorry for her. Clearly, whatever she was seeing was freaking her out. Then her searching eyes found Nefret, and I saw recognition flash through them and started to relax. She was coming around, and this whole weirdness would be cleared up. And just as I thought, Aphrodite's eyes, which seemed to be locked on Nefret, widened unbelievably. A look of pure terror blanked on her face, and she screamed. Nefret clamped her hands on Aphrodite's trembling shoulders. "Awaken." She sparred hardly a glance over her shoulder at me to say, "Go now, Zoe. Her vision is confused. Elliot's death has upset her. I need to be certain she is herself once more." I didn't need to be told twice. Heath's obsession forgotten, I'd got the hell out of there and headed to Spanish class. I couldn't concentrate on school. I kept replaying this scene with Nefret and Aphrodite over and over in my head. She'd obviously been having a vision about people dying, but from Nefret's reaction, it hadn't behaved like a normal vision, if there was such a thing. Stevie Ray had said that Aphrodite's visions were so clear that she could direct people to the right airport and even the specific plane she'd seen crashing. Yet today, all of a sudden, nothing was clear. Well, nothing was but seeing me and saying weird stuff and then screaming her brains out at Nefret. It didn't make sense. I almost looking forward to seeing how she'd act tonight. Almost. I put away Persephone's curry brushes and picked up Nala, who'd been perched on top of her horse's feeder, watching and making her weird meows at me, and started slowly back to the dorm. This time, Aphrodite didn't hassle me, but when I rounded the corner by the old oak, Stevie Ray, Damien, and the twins were huddled together doing a lot of talking. That suddenly shut up when I came into view. They all looked guiltily at me. It was pretty easy to guess who they'd been talking about. What? I said. We were just waiting for you, Stevie Ray said. Her usual perkiness was missing. What's wrong with you? I asked. She's worried about you, Shawnee said. We're worried about you, Aaron said. What's going on with your ex? Damien asked. He's bugging, that's all. If he didn't bug, he wouldn't be my ex. I tried to speak nonchalantly without looking any of the four of them in the eye too long. I've never been a particularly good liar. We think I should go with you tonight, Stevie Ray said. Actually, we think we should go with you tonight, Damien corrected. I frowned at them. No possible way. I wanted all four of them to watch me drink whatever kid's blood they managed to mix into the wine tonight. I'm going to leave it off right there, and I will see you guys in part 2 of this chapter. Bye.